The way we're going to do this is we're going to start with a basic overview of Zemouregal's history, talk about his connection to RuneScape necromancers, which is, of course, very important given where we're going in a few weeks, and then do a deep dive into pretty much everything we know or can think of about Zemouregal's past in RS, and potentially where we could be heading in Dead and Buried with him. So, Questscaping, do you want to start us off? And Avernick, Tanis, you guys just feel free to jump in whenever you want here.
Absolutely. So, Zemouregal, he is... he's been a RuneScape villain for quite a while, introduced in Defender of Varrock way back in 2008, way back when RuneScape was just really ramping up its story. This was a little before Wild Gothic sleeps in the grand scheme of lore things, so we're having our build-up to Lucian and stuff, all our Stone of Jazz, Staff of Armadyl. He's that sort of era. So the way he's been depicted has varied quite a bit over time. He sort of started off as this legendary villain, the Scourge of Varrock, fought off bravely by the legendary hero Arav, and has sort of varied from time to time to a sort of meme Skeletor, practicing his speeches in the mirror and whatnot. He's a Majorat. So you may know your Majorat, your Sliske, your Lucian, Zamorak back in the day. He's a semi-godlike being, functionally immortal. He's been around for quite a while, a few thousand years, give or take. He is aligned with Zamorak, and that comes with caveats. He's a bit of an independent type and a bit hot-headed. We've seen him at times sort of grumbling and grousing, not being too happy about his lot. He's also, sometimes, a bit of an idiot. Has a habit of charging into situations unprepared and can pay the price. He also has a single-minded obsession with taking over Varrock. He's tried at least twice, one way back in the day, and one more recently that we fight off in the process of, doing our quests. And there's also an alternate universe in which he did take over Varrock. You might know it from the Dimension of Disaster special quest.
Yeah, that was the 200th quest I was going to say. Always interesting to look into that, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely an alternate timeline, but there's some interesting lore stuff if you dig in. Also it's definitely where the meme Skeletor portrayal comes from. That's what I'll say about that.
Yeah.
But yes, he has a few characters surrounding him. So he's got his long-suffering gargoyle minion named Sheriff Tick, which is quite a name. Hey, I always want to say Shark Teeth.
Yeah, kind of looking at it, you're right. Shark Teeth is the way you would put that.
That guy.
I wouldn't try to pronounce it, but I didn't have to.
No.
Yep,
no.
That one. The gargoyle, the rocky guy. All right. And he also has a long-standing enemy / enslaved zombie for quite a while, who is Arav, hero of Varrock. You may recognize him from everyone's classic RuneScape quest you had to find a buddy for, Shield of Arav back in the day. And up until Ritual of the Majorat, he was held in Zemouregal's service. This is no longer the case. Arav has well and truly crumbled to dust. He had quite the run in this series of quests, so he's probably out of the picture in this day and age. Any questions so far?
No, I think that's important to lay all this down, because what we've effectively gone through, I think, is a history of pre-Sixth Age quests dealing with Majorat outside of the Zoroastrian side. Would you say that's a fair assessment on that?
Absolutely, yeah. Because he comes from a side of lore that is not particularly Sixth Age, threatening the world, etc.
Yeah.
It's threatening one very specific city, and one we all grew up in as noobs, feeding the stray dogs to boot.
And you got to wonder, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this at the tail end of the segment. Is he going to try again? Probably.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also importantly, like you've already described one villain arc. This is his first villain arc. There's more. It keeps going. So like he's definitely recurring.
Mhm.
And now we're here in 2023. He's getting his time in the sun. I think it was foreshadowed, and was it foreshadowed or was it explicitly told in that Succession cutscene? I don't remember if it was told that it was going to be Zemouregal there, or if it was just foreshadowed.
If it was going to be Zemouregal specifically for Fort Burn 3?
Yeah, for the villain. Yeah.
I don't think specifically like him. I think just the whole Rogues Gallery was set up as who will you see next?
Okay.
And then we ended up with this one.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think, like we said, the biggest thing to take out of this is the Zamorakian side of the Majorad pre-6th Age that we've just outlined. And it's interesting when you put it all on the table, like you said, Questcaping, it's a different angle than the Zerosian stuff, right? Whereas the Zerosian stuff, I feel, was more shadowy behind the scenes, focused on the ritual. You said he has had his own specific focus of taking over Varrock here in numerous incarnations.
Yeah. Zemouregal doesn't really work from the shadows. Zemouregal is he's very open about what he's up to. He's barefaced. You generally can tell he's got a big old army of zombies with him. It's big military forces as opposed to like working from the Shadow Realm, perhaps.